Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to This Just In. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're going to take a quick look at RSI, that's Rush Street Interactive. They just posted earnings a couple days back and I wanted to go through it with you, tell you where I see it going, and give you my stock price prediction for the end of 2021. So let's jump right in. Alright guys, before we get started today, subscribe to the channel for me. Hit the little bell so you get notified, and then like the video if you get any value. That helps a ton with the YouTube algorithm and get my video out there, and I really appreciate it. There's also a link in the description to the Patreon account. Come over and join the family. We've got 1 or 2 spots left where I did it for just $1. You'll get access to the Discord. You'll get, I've got 5 portfolios over there so you can see what I invest into. And then anytime I buy or sell, I send that out, or I enter a crypto or a swing trade or a notification. I keep you updated on what I'm doing in the market. So if that's something you're interested in, come on over. We'd love to have you. Current patrons, I love you guys. Your support has been incredible. So let's jump in, guys. Like I've been saying in the last few videos, this market is obviously not very nice to high multiple growth stocks. I'm really big on iGaming, video gaming especially, and online gambling. Not as quite as much as video gaming, but I do like online gambling as well. As far as the stocks goes, I don't play slots online, but I do like the stocks. Now, I own DraftKings. I used to own Golden Nugget Online Gaming. I used to own Fast Acquisition Corp. I've got quite a bit of them, but I think Rush Street Interactive is probably one of my favorite. I think they're going to do the best. I really like this stock. I think it has a ton of opportunity moving forward. This is a perfect example of what I've been saying. Even blue chip stocks, they'll come out, Microsoft, Apple, they'll post killer earnings, get smashed like they're on the verge of collapse. So I see this as a great opportunity to pick these stocks up at a discount. I actually just added more of RSI today, down sub $12. I think it was like $11.60 something cents. Fantastic price. I think it'll be much higher than that by the end of the year. But let's jump in and take a look, guys. A couple of the highlights I want to go over with you guys. So they grew revenue by 218% year over year to $112 million in Q1 of 2021. They increased their full year 2021 revenue guidance from 440 to 480 million by the end of 2021. Last year, I want to say they only did like 278 million. And then the year before that, they only did like 63 million. So guys, just because the stock is getting absolutely hammered and getting shoved down to insanely low levels does not mean the company is getting hammered and getting shoved down. This company is doing very well. They're growing quickly. You can even see here, look at this. The monthly active users grew 166% in Q1 2021 over 2020 Q1 to 115,000 monthly active users. That's quite a bit of people. The average revenue per monthly active user grew 21% in Q1 year over year to $302 per monthly active, average revenue per the average monthly user, sorry. Now, they also launched the online casino and sportsbook in Michigan, online sportsbook in Virginia and Iowa, online casino in West Virginia in April, and introduced a live dealer offering in Colombia. They also improved their iOS app in a couple of states, and then they're launching the Android app on Google Play in some of the states as well. Now, look at this, guys. They even, like I said in the last video I made about them that I will link above at some point in this video. I'll do it towards the end. It'll come up top so you can click on it. But they won, they were nominated for Casino Operator of the Year, customer service operator of the year, social gaming operator of the year. So guys, they're doing very well at growing the company, providing great customer service, growing monthly active users, increasing revenue per user. You know, they're killing it. They're a small company growing quickly in an industry and a space that is expanding, you know, very rapidly. And I think they are set to capture a large percentage of this market. And in a market like this, in these sediments, in these conditions, it can be extremely hard to buy a stock like this, as it is just cutting in half over the course of a few months and getting pushed down further and further through all of the support levels. You know, everybody will tell you you're buying a falling knife. It'll never come back, but it will. You know, performance, fundamentals, they will converge with the stock price at some point, and you will be awarded for that. They also completed redemption on all public warrants, leading to incremental $132 million in cash and clean cap structure. Now, these are the states right here. As you can see, the dark blue ones are online casino and online sports betting. The light blue ones are online sports betting. The red ones are RSI market access agreements in place. So these ones are where they have agreements in place to go live in. The dark gray ones are the states that are currently active for online gambling that they are not currently in. The light gray ones are not yet operational, so they do not have any gambling or online gambling legislation or sports betting legislation at all. They're not yet, you know, ready. Now, the little dots is where the RSI is live. So you can see here, guys, they have a lot of opportunity here in a lot of these states. You know, if they start opening up, I did see something that said 75% of states are either legalized or have legislation to become legalized or a plan to become legalized in the future. You know, it takes it from a $10 billion addressable market to a $35 billion you know, estimated market. So now I wanted to take a second to talk about this, guys. So like I said in my last video, online gambling is actually projected to be bigger than online sports betting. You know, when you take a look here, it says online casino customers spend 1.9 times more time active each month compared to online sports bettors. The other thing is how much more broad the demographics are. I mean, you know, right here, online casinos customers are split approximately equally between male and female, but are typically older than online sports bettors. On the other hand, online sports betting is almost entirely dominated by male customers. So companies like DraftKings, they're very narrowed or limited to their demographic for pretty much male sports fans, you know, where these guys, they've got the men and the women. Obviously, you know, there's when you exclude women, you cut half the population. So I really like the fact that they appeal to both genders, you know, and have that opportunity to reach a lot bigger demographic. Now, the age, I don't know what the age does to those demographics. You know, like, I don't know how many people are in each age demographic, but overall, guys, I like that the fact that they have men and women. The RSI average age per active user, you can see here sports betting is 37.7 and casino is 43 years old, which makes total sense to me. I can absolutely see older people being the ones that play online slot machines while they're at home bored. Now, the better monetization here. So you can see here the average online sports betting and casino customer generates over 1.8x more revenue than either individual product customer per month. So the average user that does both spends on average 1.8 times more than somebody that just does sports betting or just does online casino. That is where I really see them having a big advantage there. DraftKings, they're online sports betting. That's it. Which, not to say that they're not going to be the absolute giant in the industry. I own DraftKings. I like DraftKings, especially at these recent lows down around 40 bucks. I mean, that's a good price, but we're not talking about that right now. You know, you can see here 9.9 times, you know, RSI's average gross gaming revenue per user in the trailing 12 months is 9.9 times higher for people that do both casino and sports betting. Now, online casino revenue proving 3 times larger than online sports betting. You can see here online casinos generated more revenue than online sports betting in Michigan, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania during the trailing 12 months. We believe the catalysts for expansion of online casinos in the U.S. include that new states need the tax revenue due to COVID-19, which is a good point. You know, there was a lot of states that you know, the whole country got hammered during COVID, and that is a very nice incentive there to roll out sports betting and online gambling for the tax revenue. Online casino is a stronger generator of tax revenue than online sports betting. That makes sense. And land-based casinos are becoming more amendable politically to online casinos, so it encourages you know, land-based casinos to open up you know, online casinos and then help push legislation forward. You can see here just kind of a makeup of sports betting and casino revenue split up between these 3 states. You know, that's a big difference there. 70 and 20, 70 and 30, 70 and or 78 and 21. That's big, guys. This is another thing I wanted to show you guys. Look at this. RSI focuses on constantly improving the quality of the customer experience, which has resulted in growth in average revenue per monthly active user. The monthly active users have grown 166% in Q1. The average revenue per client has grown 21%, but look how fast they've been growing this just over the quarters. The other thing over here is the average revenue per monthly active user went from 249 to 302 in Q1 of 2020 and Q1 of 2021. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, guys, $51, but when you've got 115,000 active you know, members, that is quite a bit. Now, the last thing I wanted to look at was just the overall financials, you know, revenue performance over the last few quarters. You can see here RSI has generated record levels of revenue every quarter since Q2 of 2019, just breaking records quarter after quarter after quarter. The company is doing so well, the stock is not. You have to remember that. Online casinos excelled in 2020 in Q1 of 2021 and is expected to continue to be a strong performer throughout 2021 and beyond. For full year 2021, revenue expected to grow at 65% and projected 2021 guidance revenue range midpoint of 460 million. So you can see here, guys, look at this, just this growth. I mean, 10 million, 17, 28, 35, 65, 78, 100, 112. If they can keep that growth up, more states open up, you know, sports get back to full force again, this company is going to kill it. I mean, if they can continue to capture, if they can continue to be casino operator of the year and stuff like that, I could see this stock doing multiples of where it's at today within the next few years. They're not quite profitable on the bottom line yet for net profit, but they're getting really close. So now let's jump in and take a look at the chart. All right, guys, so you can see here, I mean, when you look at the chart overall, I mean, this is nasty looking. I mean, you don't, like, normally, you know, in a normal market, you don't want to buy stuff like this. I mean, look at all this just red with little tiny, you know, spurts of green. Typically, when you see a stock like that, you want to stay far away from that as possible. But guys, this isn't a normal market. I mean, we have been correcting in a real, you know, pretty intense correction since the end of January, and that's pretty much right when they started selling off really hard, just like everything else. The stocks are getting shoved down as far as they can possibly get them. You know, hedge funds are at war trying to, you know, battle it back and forth to see who can make the most amount of money. You know, at some point, it's going to flip around and they're going to take the money and ride it to the upside because it makes more sense to go that way at that point. You know, I think we will get to the point where we'll start to see more and more short squeezes. We'll start to see everything start to level out. We'll start to get some consistent green days. And then once that happens, I think it'll be like wildfire and it'll just, you know, really start jumping back up towards the upside. And I'm talking growth stocks as a whole. that are good, solid companies. Not everything, you know, I think the companies that are no good, that have really, really bad fundamentals are going to stay down, while the stocks that are doing well, I should say companies are doing well, will recover nicely. You can even see here, you know, this is back, you know, SPAC area, SPAC days, you know, making a few little runs here and then just straight up, you know, ever since back in November when everything was going straight up, and then came back down. Guys, this is really hard to chart. I mean, you can map out support and resistance lines here, but it really doesn't matter because you can see here, you know, it was holding a support, you know, line and then just blew right past it. You know, you can kind of see right here that it's, you know, it's holding a little bit right here, but this would be your next one down here at 1086. After that, I mean, you'd be looking clear down here at 945. I don't think it's going to do that, especially with the positive earnings that they just posted. But guys, look at what happened today. You know, they posted killer earnings and the stock sold off today by 3%. So it just, you know, it just doesn't make sense. It's not a logical market right now. But I have no problem picking the stock up here at $12 and riding it back up towards the upside, accumulating my position slowly over the course of the next, you know, few months while the stock market, you know, makes up its mind and turns around. I did look through, you know, the projected earnings for the end of 2021. I took 2020 revenue and I found a price to sales ratio. They just got to positive free cash flow, so I like to use a free cash flow average, so I just decided to use price to sales ratio. I went and looked at Golden Nugget Online Gaming. They had a price to sales ratio of like 7.8 or something like that. Penn National Gaming's wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty low. It was like 1.4 or something like that. This is off the top of my head, guys, so they're probably not dead on, but I do remember RSI's. RSI's, their price to sales was around 2.5x of 2021 or 2020 revenue. I honestly, after looking at all of their competitors, I think a 3 you know, times price to sales ratio is pretty fair, especially if you use the 100-day moving average price instead of the price it's at today. That puts you right at you know, 3 times price to sales ratio, and so. Based off of 2021 revenue, the 440 million to 480 million that they're projecting, that would put my price target between $22.40 to $24.40. So a $2 gap there, depending on where they land on revenue. Now, obviously, guys, that's not going to line up directly. It's not going to continue. It's not going to always be trading at the same price to sales ratio, but I think that that is a really good spot. I can see them absolutely getting up to a $22 stock price, $24 stock price by the end of 2021 if they continue to post good, you know, good earnings every quarter until the end of the year. Early 2022 when they come out with you know, Q1, I think they should be in the right place. So you know, if you look at the previous high, their previous high was up around, you know, 26 bucks. You know, they sat at 25 for, you know, a few days. So overall, I think that's a nice price point. I think they should get there no problem. You can even see right around this area is around that 22 bucks. You've got you know, right around 90% upside to get back to that. So that's it for today, guys. You know, put this one on your list if you don't already have it. I love the stock, think it's going to do very well. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed stockbroker. Always do your own research and due diligence. Come join us at the Patreon if you want to be part of the family. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with my price target or if you got any stocks you want me to take a look at. I'd love to see what you're trading. And have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.